Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998, but I still got plenty of stuff to work on. Today, I'm practicing limb independence inside of these practice streams. You can find timestamps in the description to show what I was talking about or what I was practicing. Now, because I've been drumming for almost 30 years and because I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education, I'll get people who come into these basically office hours, and they'll ask questions about how to get better as a performer or how to get better as an educator. I will then often edit those answers and put them into this drumming tips playlist that has over 17 hours of Q&A on a wide range of topics about how to get better performing, how to get better teaching. The first thing that I talk about is whatever the title is. So for example, this one is why I let my index finger hang over the stick. And then if it says and other drumming tips or and other teaching tips, then that means there are more topics in there that are not related to that first thing that I talk about in the title. And by the way, if you see any of the almost 700 videos, there's over 600 videos that are currently listed as members first, they're all scheduled to release for free. So if you want the early access, you can get it, click and join for 99 cents. It's the cheapest I can make it, or just wait. For example, this one comes out tomorrow, but there's a brand new play along that releases every single day, and it's scheduled for over the next year and a half or so. So stay tuned for more. Now, I'm not good at limb independence yet. Most of my drumming's been rudimental and concert percussion. So I've got Shia LaBeouf here, who is going to help me to get motivated to do limb independence. So Shia, help me out. I want to practice and get better. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. Oh, ours late, then ours early. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, Shia LaBeouf. Everybody's super motivated now to practice the drums. Yeah, thanks, Great Sage. I look like your English teacher? Is your English teacher Dr. O'Leary? Maybe. Maybe it's me. Okay, we're going to do limb independence. Now, the way that I'm practicing limb independence, by the way, is working through this book. It's called 50 Ways of Syncopation by Don Moyle. I highly recommend the book. And the way that I'm, let me back up. It's got 50 ways to practice limb independence on the drum kit using 20 charts in Dom's book, or the 12 solos in the back of Ted Reed's book called Syncopation, or the 55 charts on my YouTube home tab. On my channel. But the way that I'm practicing is largely based off of Gary Chester's idea of limb interdependence. Now, I've taken Dom's book and I put it into spreadsheet form so I can keep track of how is my playing over time. So, for example, your standard ding, 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 where you play short notes on snare drum and anything longer than that on the bass drum, that is pattern number 2 in Dom's book. And you can see all these other times that I have practiced this on stream. On average, column A, it has been technically proficient across all of these different patterns. Now, what I'm doing in these practice streams is I'm sharing how I'm practicing stuff I'm not good at yet. So all of these were at one point meh or needs a lot of work. But now they've graduated to either technically proficient, which is playing the ink on the page, or musical, which is meaning I'm adding in extra timbres, textures, etc. to make it sound more than just playing the rhythms on the charts. Now, the only one that I haven't gone through yet is pattern number 53, which is actually not in Dom's book. It's a pattern that I made up, and it's a doozy. So this pattern, you can see it here if you're on the vertical, and if you're on the horizontal, it's right here. I love you lots. It's a Soca pattern. So a Soca pattern on the hi-hat is like this. And so normally this would be 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, etc. Okay? But instead of playing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, I'm going to play this as triplets. Triplet, 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 buckets, 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 triplet, triplet, triplet. Okay, so it's taking 3 of those Soca patterns in the space of 4 quarter notes. So it's a 3/4. Now, while doing this is a straight pattern. I'm going to be playing the drums, short notes on snare, long notes on the bass drum, but they're going to be swung. So it's a 3/4 straight over swung. So we're going to go, whoops, my bad. Woo! So that's eighth notes, just normal eighth notes on the snare, and then quarter notes on the bass drum. Okay, so now when playing through this, scroll. On average, it still needs a lot of work, which is why I'm starting off with this to practice the stuff I'm not good at right off the rip. Now, the way that I'm doing this is using play-alongs. Now, I've got on my home tab literally thousands of play-alongs that you can use to improve your drumming. If you're a rudimental drummer like myself, you might be interested in the chop section. On YouTube, just click on the header, and then it shows you all the playlists. But on my website, which is linked up here, you don't have to do all that stuff because I can organize it better than I can on YouTube. But I'd highly recommend checking out the shopping spree playlist. There's over 30 sprees in there. There's over 1,000 grid variations for triplet 16th note, and then some wacky ones like hurt to grid. So you can work on your flam drags, flam fives, whatever you want. There's a wide variety of rudiments. I'm practicing here today. I'll show you that in a second. There's over 500 marching bass drum exercises focused on the timing exercises, marking time to these and playing along. And then you can get into the splits timing. There's some wacky ones in there. It simulates being on a bass line. You'll see what I'm talking about when you try them. There's some drumline cadences, some ensemble packet. There's over 200 sight reading exercises. These are currently members first. They're all scheduled to release starting November of next year. So like a year from now. Stay tuned. There's almost 500 technique exercises. And then there's over 17 hours of tips and lessons, etc., like how to hold traditional grip, or let's see, what's another one? The hand routine that I'm gonna use here in a minute. And then this is like from the Q&A from these practice streams where I'm here just kind of like practicing. People ask questions about teaching or about performing, and I edit them and put them in this playlist. This playlist alone has over 17 hours of tips inside of it. From the different Q&A I've received on all these streams. Now, I said that I'm practicing in this section. This section has everything you need to develop limb independence. Every one of these playlists links to this video, how to develop limb independence on the kit. So, for example, I'm going to go into the swung charts, and I'm playing it at 115, so I'm going to go into here. And you'll see the second video is how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. Now, I am going to go, I don't know, backwards today? Sure. We're going to start with 46 through 50, and then I'm going on 115. In all of these thousands of play-alongs, you can go 1 BPM at a time faster, starting really slow, like as slow as 20 on some of them, and going up to 240 on some of the play-alongs. It's going to count off, as long as I'm muted. Alrighty. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the quarter note while playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's a 3/4 straight over swung. Here we go. Sorry, my hi-hat foot is like too far forward. It's like sliding. So it's like preventing the shup. So I'm trying to adjust it. It's messing with my playing. My bad. I'm not sure why it feels so different. I don't think my wife played on the kit. She'll like, this is her kit, but she'll adjust it. And so I have to remember to adjust it back. I read one of the rhythms wrong on the second to last line, but otherwise it was better. Now that my foot's not sliding as much. Thank you for the like, by the way, on YouTube. So again, 3/4 straight over swung. Do not try this at home. Need parental permission. Sweet. 2 more charts. So far it feels comfortable. Other than the hi-hat slipping on the first chart. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. We'll find out. 1, 2, stay tuned. Thank you for the like. So again, 3/4 hi-hat shup pattern, quarter note, while playing swung on the drums. 1, 2, last chart. 1, 2, ready, and. Sorry. So I messed up because I got distracted. Hey, good morning, Tyler. I appreciate the kind words. We're gonna stretch and massage here in a second. Actually, so this is not a drum cover stream, but I appreciate you asking. But what I'm doing here is I'm actually doing like office hours. So I'm here practicing. And what I'm practicing are like the different play-alongs that you can find on my home tab of YouTube. And specifically today, I'm working on limb independence, so I'm practicing the play-alongs that are inside of here. But there's literally thousands that you can use just clicking on any of the headers. But this is kind of like office hours. So in these kinds of streams that I'm doing, what I'm doing is I'm answering questions that people might have, and then I edit those responses and put them into this drumming tips playlist. There's over 17 hours of me responding to a wide range of questions about performing or about teaching, etc. So if you have questions about that, check it out. But this is not a drum cover stream. It's not the kind of thing that I do. But let's stretch and massage. So that feels way better than it did when I first started learning that like 2 months ago. Oh no, you don't need to apologize. Don't worry about it. Holding my sticks, doing in, push through. You can watch because of daylight savings. Yeah, so Arizona, like, we don't do daylight savings, which is nice. So, like, it seems like I, like, jump ahead or, like, lose an hour, etc. But that's just because Arizona doesn't do that, which is nice. Usually I tell you good morning and you're eating lunch. That's funny. Yep. Good old time zone stuff. We'll get a lot of people from other countries that are like, it's nighttime here. Or it's tomorrow here. Stretching the underside of the forearm now, so I'm just kind of pulling back here. Thanks a ton for the practice tracks. They've been super useful. You can assign them. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that, Tyler. You're very welcome. Thanks for letting me do that. And when you get like new exercises and stuff, just send it my way. I'm happy to make them. Like I said, for most of the rest of the year, I'll be taking more time off than I will be streaming. Like especially starting next week. What is it, like next Thursday or Friday? Still haven't figured out what day I'm gonna stop streaming. But starting from that point on, the majority of the rest of the year, I will not be streaming and working on a project offline. But yeah, happy to create more of them. Now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So you could do it like this, or you could do it like this. Enjoying the time off? Oh, I will. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got family coming into town, working on a big project. Well, actually, multiple big projects offline and whatnot. You want to increase the use of your arms. When you say arms, what do you mean by that? I'm asking because like the name looks like it might be Korean, the username. Sorry, I'm learning Japanese, but not other languages. And so what I wonder is if it's a translation issue. Like when you say arm, do you mean like this? Do you mean wrist motion? Do you mean finger motion? Or do you literally mean like full arm and whatnot? But you've been mainly using the triplet grid play-alongs? Yeah, they're like super helpful. One of the easy ways to like start learning with those play-alongs is like you just put it on play and just start marking time to it. Like especially when it gets into the upbeat with the accents. That's just a great way to just, here's what it sounds like, and just keep listening to it. So once you go through that, then like you can start layering in like, okay, now I'm gonna like play it on here, or like now I'm gonna play it quietly and still hear the play-alongs louder than, and then eventually you'll get to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm going to practice listening in to the play-along and blending into it rhythmically, dynamically, etc. But that initial, just being able to hear what it sounds like consistently and make it sound good, man, when I was like growing up with drumming, like we didn't have that opportunity to do that. So I had to like listen to like the Blue Devil CD, or like try and find like forums and websites that had like MP3s or whatever the equivalent was way back in the day, and just like listen to exercises. But now the ability, like when people will post on like the subreddit for the r/drumline, like, hey, how do I like interpret this rhythm, or what does this sound like? Often the answer is just like, well, go into like MuseScore Sibelius Finale and just like write it out, hear what it sounds like there. When playing drums, the arm movement is small. You want to pivot at the elbow? I wouldn't recommend that, actually. So excessive arm movement is just going to slow you down. So what I recommend is using wrist. And it's okay if your arm moves like a little bit, like when playing. Like my arm is moving to do those accents, but I'm not like trying to use a lot of like arm and whatnot. So the speed can come from the wrist motion or the finger motion or a combination of the two, but it's not going to be arm. And so if you want to use more arm because you want to try and increase your power, that's not actually where the power comes from. So the power comes from a couple of things, but one is the speed that your stick goes into the head or the cymbal or whatever. So if you play with a slower speed than a faster speed, that makes a profound difference in terms of like how it's going to sound for the volume of it. So play with a faster stroke rather than more arm behind it. It's not like a strength thing, it's a speed thing. And then play with less contact on the stick. So if you squeeze the stick really hard, your body absorbs the sound. It makes it quieter. It makes it softer so you can't hear it as much. But if you relax your hand, you can play faster, more relaxed, and the stick will be able to move around a little bit more and make it so that it sounds better. So if you actually go into the tips and lessons section here, inside of this drumming lessons playlist, there's a very short video that I have that is, you should hear this when you drum. It's 37 seconds long, but it shows you what it should sound like when you play with a really relaxed sound quality by loosening up your hands. And so there's this vibration that you should feel, and there's this specific humming sound, sound whenever you play, and that you should hear when you're practicing. So go for that and go for speed. But in terms of like, if you want to increase your sense of rhythm or groove, any of these play-alongs can help with that. So if you want to improve your rhythms, check out like the 8th note timing or the triplet timing or the 16th note timing or these timing transitions. All of these are really good for working on different rhythms. So for example, if you wanted to work on your 16th note rhythms, just go to any one of these exercises in here, like, I don't know, this one, and then just practice with this. This will make it so that you can play significantly better because you're playing along to something and you can hear when you're making a rhythmic mistake and whatnot. So that's what I'd recommend, is to like use the resources that are on the home tab of my channel to improve your rhythms. And then if you're like, well, how do I practice? Again, there's over 17 hours of me responding to like different ways to practice, things to listen for, things to do, etc. How to recover from practicing. So the tips and lessons section can really help out with that. But anyways, so right now what I'm doing is I'm doing just a quick massage routine after I finish the stretches. So I'm just trying to get my hands nice and relaxed. But the last two that I'm doing, I'm massaging the hands, so you can do this. And then you can also do the thumb massaging, and that can help out with that. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad I can help. There's a ton of resources on the home tab. Just make sure you click on the header for each section, and it shows you all the playlist. You'll definitely check it out. That's awesome. Good, good, good. Feel free to leave comments on the videos if you have questions. I do respond to them as long as you're not a troll, because I don't like to waste my time on people trying to waste my time. The last massage I'm doing, by the way, is massaging from base to tip of each one of the fingers. And then I'm going to play a pattern that I did on the last stream that was just kind of okay. So it's kind of a weird Samba ostinato pattern. Weird in that I haven't practiced it much. It's not that it sounds weird. It sounds good. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I have played it very little. Okay, so if you want to see the full stretch and massage routine that I just went through, just go to the drumming lessons section. And then inside of here, there's the video, This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming. It's 3 minutes long, but it shows you all the stretches that I did with better camera angles, and then some extra stretches, like if you do rotary motions like traditional or Stevens grip, or if you have a carrier, there's a stretch at the very end specifically for that. So check those out. But I just played that at 115, and it was mostly technically proficient, other than my foot slipping on the first chart, and then like just a couple of reading issues. I'm curious how long it'll take before it switches over. Okay, so 3 more times, and then the column A, the average, and then it'll actually switch over, and I'll actually graduate from it. That's exciting. 2 months ago, I literally couldn't even play the ostinato for that. Which is why it was like needs a lot of work for such a long time. But, you know, it's 3/4 straight over swung, so it's kind of wacky. Speaking of wacky, let's play another limb independence pattern. So I'm going back and I'm reviewing stuff I've already graduated from. When I played through this the other day, it just felt like a little uncomfortable. It was like riding a bike, and I was like, how do I ride the bike? At least that's how it felt. Even though it was mostly okay, it was still just kind of eh. So it says Samba foot pattern. So the Samba foot pattern is this. Boom, boom, boom. Now the ostinato in the ride is going to go like this. So what it's going to do is 1 and 3 and So the hi-hat is basically filling in where you have that gap. So, okay, so that's the pattern that I'm going to do. While I read through the charts on the snare. Do. You're making a presentation to give at work. They provide free lunch catering for office-wide presentations. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I ever really worked anywhere that gave free lunches. I'm trying to think. I guess technically, like, in some of the marching bands, like, I would get free food. But, like, considering I got paid so little to teach marching band, like, I had a staff member who actually, like, ran the numbers of, like, how much the staff makes, and we were making, like, $1 an hour or something absurd for the amount of time we were putting in, because you just get, like, a stipend. I guess technically a lot of the like teaching gigs that I had, they'd have like a free lunch on like Wacky Friday or something like that. But like technically you had to like buy in to all of them. But I never participated because I was like always working on something. I was either working on lesson plans or I was like working on my dissertation or I was meditating or whatever. Like lunches were time to get things done. So like I never went into the teacher's lounge. And part of that was also because I learned when I was student teaching that it was a place for a lot of teachers to gripe, where there was just like an overwhelming amount of negative energy and teachers would like break down and like start crying because of like how overwhelmed they were. I wish I was joking with that, but it was like not a happy place to be. So I was like, I'm just going to stay in my room. So like I would like work on, from my master's, I'd work on homework. From my doctorate, I work on my dissertation. In between those, I'd like practice drum kit or just like whatever, like anything to not be around that negative energy. But anyways, let's go here. So we go to here. We're going to the home tab. Do. You're the section leader in percussion. Do I have any tips for teaching students that are encountering percussion for the first time? I've actually got a lot of teaching tips. If you go to the home tab here and scroll down to the tips and lessons section, this first playlist here, the drumming tips one, if you look for the ones that say and other teaching tips, like this one that comes out tomorrow, or if we scroll down to this one, and other teaching tips, and other teaching tips, all of those are focusing on how to teach, whereas the other ones that say and other drumming tips are focusing on like how to play or the mental side of playing. But to kind of point you in a direction that might help, check out number 107. So teaching differently when working with younger drummers. So this is specifically talking about like, I think I talk about as early as like 5-year-olds, so like really young drummers who are brand new. But you can expand out and adjust to match it towards like middle school students or like high school students, etc., who are newer to drumming. But any of the and other teaching tips videos are specifically on teaching advice and whatnot that I've given in all these different streams. That can help you out. But aside from those things, just understand that like some people are there for different reasons than you are there. If you're a section leader, odds are you are a type A person who's very motivated and is very like, I want to be the best that I possibly can. And that's great. I'm that way as well. But when you start teaching, you'll realize that not all the students that you work with are the same way, and that's okay. So some of them are going to be, I'm going to practice all day, every single day. That's great. And then some of them are going to be like, I'm here more for social reasons, and so I'm not going to practice as much as other people. And that's also okay. They might not make center snare, but that's part of the process of understanding you don't get everything you want if you don't put in the effort into it. So have fun teaching, and just be patient with it. Assume that if a student doesn't understand something, it's because of how you taught it as well. So I see a lot of younger teachers who, when a student doesn't get something, they can't play something, they'll blame the student, when in reality it's probably you need to try explaining it in a different way, or teach how to practice it in a different way, because a lot of beginner students don't know how to practice. And so we have to model and teach the ways to practice and unpack and break down different techniques in different ways from different angles, different perspectives, because every student you work with is going to be different. So some students will understand it if you explain it this way, and then other students will understand it better if you explain it this other way. So just assume that if a student doesn't get something, it's something that you can do differently to try and better help them. And that will go a long way in your teaching career, as opposed to some of the teachers that I knew who would just be like, well, my class didn't do great on the math test because they didn't study. It's like, maybe it could also be that the way you taught it wasn't engaging. So not trying to point fingers at educators, but that was usually a problem that I saw. And I say this as somebody who was like a university supervisor. So I would go out and observe student teachers, like who are basically like undergraduates learning how to teach and who were about to graduate. And I would provide feedback on them, like asking questions like, hey, what can we do to make this more engaging, etc. The majority of the issues came from the way that the teachers taught was not very interesting or very engaging, or a clear explanation of how to improve something, or a process that is easy to replicate outside of the rehearsal process. In other words, like they weren't teaching the fundamentals, the frameworks for how to practice. They were just saying, well, you need to get better at this. Okay, you as a trained professional musician understand that, but somebody who is like brand new to playing clarinet is going to be like, cool, how do I actually practice that thing? How do I actually get better at that? So hopefully that helps you with like your own teaching, and just understand that like every year that you're teaching, you're going to get better with it. The way that I started teaching in 2003, my senior year of high school, is night and day from how I teach today. It's just every year just constantly iterating, and assume that there are more things for you to learn. And I say that as somebody who has like a PhD in music education, so like the highest degree you can get. And I've only scratched the surface of what it means to like teach and how to get better at it. So if I'm saying that, and I know that all of my colleagues say that as well, who are also professors of education, then like people who are like brand new to teaching, you too have a ton more to learn. And if you feel otherwise, then that kind of mindset is actually holding you back in the long run, because there's always more to learn. But good question. And I hope you have fun with it. Teaching is great. I love it more than I love practicing, and I like to practice. Speaking of, let's play Samba. So I'm going to go back to the home tab here. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to the limb independent section. So the thing that I'm playing is a Samba pattern. The pattern's up here if you're on the vertical. So I'm doing straight charts, and I'm doing it at what speed was it? 2,000 beats a minute. No, 150. Okay. So 150 straight drum charts. So I'm going into this playlist. And I just played 46 to 50. I'm just going to go up. So every day, just try and do new sets of charts. There's 55 of them in here. But this will just help you with sight reading it rather than like memorizing the different patterns. You're very welcome. Feel free to ask more questions in the future, either on a video or live, whatever works for you. Here to try and support. Okay, so Samba pattern, boom, tickle, while going 1 and 3 and 2, ready, and. So this ostinato pattern is weird for me. It's very different than all the others. 1, especially for the Sambas. 1, 2, ready, and. Dang, I keep reading the rhythms wrong. Because I'm focused so much on the ostinato. So So this one is different than what you normally do. Like this. So it's like messing with my brain. Ah! Talking messed me up. Okay, so better, but still, I keep wanting to switch to the other ostinato, which is 1, so 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, which is different, and it's messing me up. Yeah, it still doesn't feel good. I'm gonna have to do this again tomorrow. No! Did not pass the review. Did not pass the inspection. 1, 2, here we go. That was a hard one. 5/8 for a lot of it. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. So it was interesting how like each one of the charts felt progressively better, but like what I want to be able to get to is the point where just playing through it immediately it feels comfortable, but that one did not. So I was making progress on it, as you could hear, for each one of the charts, but it just didn't sound good. So I'm going to review it again because overall it was meh. So we'll do that next stream. And now I'm going to skip the ones that I've already reviewed and have passed. And now we're going to do whatever 38 is. What is 38? Tell me. Okay, so I just pasted it there. Okay, we're playing this at what speed? Ooh, I play this one a lot. At 90, eh? Okay, so it's a slow one. Alright, what's the pattern? Swung cymbal, okay? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, definitely got to play that slow, right? Snare plays the line. Bass drum and hi-hat fills in alternating triplets. Oh, no. Okay. So here's what that means. So if I'm playing quarter notes, I'm going to go triplet, 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 triplet. If I'm playing eighth notes, I'm going to play triplet, 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 while playing ding, ding, ding the entire time. Okay, so and if it's rest, then you're just doing triplet, 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 triplet. Oh boy. All right. If you see blood coming out of my ears or my nose, call a doctor, and not the music education kind like myself. Okay, so this is a swung pattern. So I'm gonna go to the home tab. I'm scrolling down. Beep, 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 beep. Limb independent section. Click. And I'm playing this at 90, so I'm going to swung drum charts from 60 to 99. We just did 41 through 45, so I'm just going to go up to the next one, 36 through 40. You can go random, or you can go straight down the playlist, whatever you want to do. Just don't do the same one over and over. So that way you practice sight reading. All right, 90. Wish me luck. Whoa. We're starting off strong. We're getting the simple mistakes out of the way, right? Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Playing everything that you see rhythm-wise on the snare drum while filling in with alternating triplets between the bass and the hi-hat. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so now I'm going to try it the exact same thing, but I'm going to put the left foot on the double bass so you can hear it a little bit better. Hear all the mistakes. And then I'll switch it back to as written. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Ugh. Mostly reading issues. I played the wrong rhythms and then it screwed me up, and then I was like, should I say something? And then, because I was thinking about voicing the mistake, it made more mistakes, and it snowballed. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 2, here we go. As written. so much brain power. It's over 9,000. Okay. Which, actually, that's a mistranslation. If you listen to the Japanese audio, he actually is saying 8,000, not 9,000. Fun facts with Jared. Is there something that you can practice on your practice pad? Yeah, I mean, like, I'd highly recommend focus on, like, the technique stuff. That's, like, transferable to a lot of things. But, yeah, let me show you some stuff you can do. Give me a minute. Read that wrong. Oof. Yeah, I read that wrong. I'm so sorry. Alright, so it's mostly technically proficient from a limb independent standpoint. That went way better than I thought it would. I had fun with it. Yay. But yeah, so your question. Great question. One of the things that for the 2005 Vanguard auditions, that was the year that the snare line played Match Grip. But for the auditions, Murray Gussick had everybody actually play some limb independent stuff with their hands. So one of the things that you could do that could transfer over into practicing, like I mentioned, is focus on the technique exercises. So when you click on here, any one of these transfer over to better hands on rudimental stuff, transfer to better hands on drum kit, etc. So recommend practicing that stuff. But for limb independent stuff, what you could do is practice actually playing along to any of these patterns or the timing transition stuff. So the exercise that Murray had everybody do was a limb independence pattern where, let me see if I can find the exact one actually. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Was it just this one? I don't think it was. Let me see. Oh yeah, it was this one. Okay, yeah. So you can play something like this. So what Murray had everybody do was play. This is while marking time. So you can do this on pads, which is what we practice on. But you basically mark time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So you just play on one hand, and then play through, oops, you can't see this, through this pattern. So like, so you just go through the one pattern, and then it goes into into the 2s, and then the next page it goes into 3 notes at a time, and then 4 notes, and then 5 notes, and then 6, 7, all the way up to 8s, which is just playing just the whole time. So basically, you could practice the limb independent stuff with like different hand ostinato patterns, and you don't need your feet for that. So this is just one of the variations, but there's actually 78 videos just in this playlist alone. So if you just like, a lot of them are like 16th notes normal, but then the other half is like swung. So if you want to work on swung stuff, you can do that for 16th notes. There's also the triplet playlist, and then there's the 8th note playlist that has both straight and swung 8th notes. But just play through an ostinato pattern and then read through one of these. So you just pick a different one and be like, all right, I'm going to try it with this pattern. This one is a little bit easier than one that I just did. It's also a lot shorter. Or like, okay, now I'm going to try it with like the accent-only grids, etc. Like there's so many things that you can work on that transfer over into the drum kit, specifically the limb independent stuff by doing this. And if you're like, okay, but how do I like practice it? Each one of these limb independence playlists, this one, how to develop limb independence on the kit, it shows you the steps that I've been using to be able to get to this point. So step 1, and then step 2 is using the resources that I just showed you. This just happens to be an 8th note version. And then eventually with step 3, you get into the charts that I was just reading through. And then there's some more complicated steps, etc. But the rest of this video, after you get through those steps, is just a bunch of different variations that you can use. So you could play something as simple as like 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. Or you could play something, or you could play like the one that I was doing earlier, where it's like 1 and 2 and da 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 da. Or you could play 1 E enda, 2 E enda, 3 E enda, 4 E enda. These are all ostinato patterns that you can do in one hand, while you just read through the charts on the other hand. And then if you really wanted to, you could work it up off the left as well, where your left hand is playing the ostinato, the thing that repeats, and then your right hand plays like these different charts or the different limb independent stuff. So all of this stuff can be found on the home tab. Just go specifically to the limb independent section and like play along with any of those. So hopefully that can help you out with just playing on the pad, and then when you transfer that over onto the kit, you'll have much more independence going on with your hands. But you can also practice it just like playing a basic ostinato, like a boom, chicka, this is a samba or a bossa nova ostinato. Or you could get something more complicated, like a bayonne, right, left, both, boom, 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 boom. And then with your other hand being independent from those, that makes it so you can play a lot of these charts. Click. Cool. So we reviewed that one. Yay. That went honestly way better than I thought it would. I was pretty sure I was going to have myself on that pattern. So high five me. All right. What is 39? Oh, okay. So 39. First, what speed are we playing this at? 7 billion. All right, at 130, and it was musical, eh? Okay, what is it? So the pattern is bass drum and hi-hat in 3/4. Okay, so boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick. Okay, so double time swung on the ride. Okay, and then you read through the patterns on the left. So it's a straight pattern. Yes. Okay. I had to do the mental math. Not literally. Okay, so under the limb independent section, I'm going to try it at 130. That does feel quick, but I don't know. We'll find out. I just played... Oh no, I forget what number I was on. I'll just skip to the beginning, I guess. Again, I don't want to like just keep playing the same thing over and over, so just practice reading new stuff. So inside the timestamps, I'm going to say, hey, I want to play this at 130. So 3/4 with the feet. 1, 2, 3, while doing the double time in the right hand, and then your left hand is going to read 4/4 charts. It's complicated. Whew. My right hand's going to get tired. I'm calling it now. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... There we go. Oh my. Yeah, my right hand is gonna give up by the end of this. So I was adding in extras like timbres and textures on the left hand. 1, 2, ready, and... My right hand is going to be so dead by the end of this. It's already still slipping out of my hands. 1, 2, ready, and... No! No! This is how far the stick was sliding down. That's all I had left on it. Again, keeping this 3/4 feel. Double time in the ride while you read the charts. Ready? And... Again, I got all the way down to right here. I lost all but the front fingers. Okay. I don't know why my hands are slipping so much. The stick. Alright, last try. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... can't believe how much my stick was flying out. So next time I'll play through that slower. Even though I could like add in the extra timbres and textures, my stick just kept flying out of my hand. So it's kind of in between technically proficient and musical. Where the technically proficient came in was when my stick was like, I was just barely holding on to the butt of it. But otherwise it was musical. I had enough brain power to focus on the extra timbres and textures on the snare. Okay, so thoughts? Go slower. Sure, it's all in caps. That's fine. Except for the first letter. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, right? All right, we reviewed that one. Yay! Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. What's this one? At 105. Let's see. Paste. Okay, so it's 39.1. The 0.1 just means it's a variation on one of Dom's patterns. So the 39 means it's a 39th of 50 ways to work on limb independence out of Dom's book. 50 ways of syncopation. Highly recommend this book. It's great. But this variation is my own variation. Okay, so hi-hat and 3/4. Bass drum on 1. Boom. Chick. Okay, so same thing that we just did. Double time swung on the ride. Snare plays the line, switching drums every 3/4 downbeat. Oh, no. Okay, so what does that mean? So the charts were written out in 4/4. But we're going to ignore that. And I'm going to switch every bass drum, basically. That's the goal, at least. Am I going to be able to do that? I don't know, to be honest with you. Wish me luck. All right, so we're going to try it at 105. Why slower? To give my brain more time to process. So I'm going to go back to the Home tab. And under the limb independence section, I'm going to play this at 105. And it's a straight pattern. Because of the double time swung, so we're going to go into here. Straight drum charts from 100 to 159. That's not where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go to here. We'll just do the next set of charts, 6 through 10. And this is going to be weird. Not going to lie. 105. Okay, I need caffeine, I think. Some jasmine green tea. Power me up. Wish me luck. Okay. 105. So switching every 3 beats, basically with every downbeat of the boom. Chick. 1, 2, ready, and... Which is not at all going to line up with the charts, because, you know, the charts are in 3/4, or in 4/4 rather than in 3/4. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Early. Oh man, this is deceptively difficult. So again, I'm just keeping this ostinato going. I'm switching what drum I play on every 3 beats, so basically every bass drum, while reading in 4/4. keep like going early because I'm like reading it ahead while doing it. Oh, this is hard. But it's like mostly technically proficient while going through it, but the little mistakes are like I'm playing the right rhythm, I'm just like playing it on a drum like an eighth note too early or an eighth note too late. 1, 2, ready, and... Most of the mistakes are when I'm like thinking about something else. Rather than just being present, I'm really just dialing it in and getting into that like flow state that Csikszentmihalyi talks about in his book titled Flow. 2, ready, and... read some rhythms wrong. I like blinked and my like eye got blurry for a moment. There's like a sneak attack from my eyelid. What happened? 2. I did it again. 2, ready, and... Oh, that melts my brain. It's fun. How long I've been playing drums? I started in 1998, but most of my drumming has been rudimental and concert percussion, and then like less than 1% of my time has been on drum kit. But I'm learning it for fun because I feel like it was a gap in my education. So like that's why if you go to like the home tab at YouTube, you'll see that like there's all this like chop stuff for like rudimental drumline stuff. There's a bunch of grid variations. There's over 1,000 of those. So most of it's like rudimental related and concert percussion. But then the limb independent section is like strictly dedicated to just working on drum kit stuff. And then there's like marching bass drum stuff, drumline cadences, sight reading exercises, technique. So most of what I've done is like rudimental and concert percussion. But been drumming since 98 and been teaching since 2003. Cool. We reviewed that one. Yay. Okay. Let me review the one that I started off with, the wacky one, and then we'll call it here. So I keep coming back to this one because I'm not good at it yet. All of these other ones on column A, you'll see they're technically proficient or musical, but this one on average still is listed as needs a lot of work. So this pattern, Soca pattern, with the hi-hat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so instead of going bugada, 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 buckets, 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 as 16th notes, I'm going to play them as triplets. Triplet, 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 buckets, 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 buckets. So I'm doing 3 of those in the space of 4 quarter notes. So it makes it a 3/4. It's a straight pattern. While I'm going to play the charts as swung on the drums. So for example, 8th notes, quarter notes. Okay, so 3/4, straight over swung. This pattern is ridiculous. Do not try it at home. And I'm going to play it at 115 like I did earlier today. So I'm going into the limb independent section. And click. I'm going into the swung charts, since the drum patterns are swung, even though the hi-hat is straight. And I'm going to go inside of here. And I'm going to do it at 115. Okay, I haven't played through 16 through 20 today, so let's go ahead and do that. Inside the timestamps, you can select whatever BPM you want for any of the thousands of free play-alongs on my home tab. One, two, ready, and... So again, it's a 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. That's an involved first chart. There's 55 charts, both straight and swung play-alongs. Some of them are easier, some of them are harder for different patterns. Like this one's gonna sound very different. 1, 2, ready, and... Sweet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Gotta feel both the 3/4 feel or the 3/4, the straight and the swung at the same time. It's weird. That one's very open chart. It's funky in a different way. Oh, this one's gonna be weird with the 3/4. Wish me luck. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Sweet. Final chart. My phone alarm is about to go off. Let me turn that off. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Funky one. I like it. Yeah. All right, so since we reviewed it, again at 115, is mostly technically proficient while going through this. So, success. Yay. Again, when I started this, it was terrible. Couldn't even play the ostinato because, you know, it's hard to play 3/4 swung over straight. Turns out. So, we'll continue to start this one off as our warm-up because on average, it still needs a lot of work. But we've graduated from all of these. My goal in the next few days is to finish reviewing all of these and get this one to be at least technically proficient. And then I'm going to do a stream where I do every single one of these limb independence patterns in one stream. So it's going to be a long stream because there's quite a few of them inside of here. So stay tuned for that. All of these resources that I've been playing along to, and literally thousands more, can be found on my home tab. You just got to go, click on the home tab, scroll down, there's chop stuff, click on the header. If you're a rudimental drummer, there's grid stuff. Also, if you're a rudimental drummer, there's over 1,000 of those. This is where I was practicing today. Every single one of these videos, or playlist rather, has the second video, which is how to develop limb independence on the kit. So if you're like, well, how do I get to the point where I can play what you just did? Watch this video. It's got steps. I've demonstrated every one of these steps live on stream for every single one of these patterns that I've been playing through. And this is not me making up stuff. It will help you. I promise. It just takes time. There's over 500 march and bass drum exercises. There's a bunch of drumline cadences and ensemble packets. There's a bunch of sight reading exercises. These are currently scheduled to release November of next year. So if you see any of those like 600 plus videos that are members first, they're all scheduled to release for free. So if you want the early access, it's 99 cents. All you have to do is just click the join button, and then it's 99 cents. And you get over 600 videos. Or just wait. Again, they all come out for free. Every one of them. There's no paywall. I don't sell a book. I don't sell an app. I don't sell a course. I don't teach privately anymore. I don't do education consulting anymore. I just give away free stuff. So, speaking of, here's all the technique stuff. And then finally, when people have asked questions, like some of the great questions that I got earlier today, I edit those responses and put them into this drumming tips playlist that has over 17 hours of drumming Q&A in over 100 videos on a range of different topics. So, for example, like here's some drumline audition tips, or here's a discussion on why tenor drummers use French grip. But any of the ones that say and other drumming tips or and other teaching tips, that means that there are more topics inside of there than just the first thing that I talk about in the video. But there's over 17 hours of tips in here, so there's bound to be something new for you to learn. If you enjoy these free exercises and free drumming resources, just share it with somebody else. And if you do not enjoy these free exercises and free resources, then share them with an enemy. Goodbye.